Hi, Mr. Rudd. The Australian Medical Association in Queensland has said that 100 lives a year could be saved if we lifted the legal drinking age to 21, the same as it is in the US. Teenagers start driving when they're 18. Coincidentally, this is the same age as the legal drinking age in Australia. Mr. Rudd, have you ever considered lifting the minimum legal drinking age in Australia?
We've had a few discussions about that because you're right, in certain places in the United States that's been considered and embraced. The key thing is to work out what actually works. One of the things that we've had a few problems with, and it won't be popular probably in an audience like this, is the ready accessibility of sweet, alcohol-intensive drinks like Alco Pops. We took a pretty controversial decision, which is to increase the price of Alco Pops, which drove a whole lot of young people quite mad because we're making it harder to get. But you know what happened? Just in this category of drinks, huge impact in drinking rates of young teenagers going through the roof because it was sweet, highly alcoholic, and hugely affecting their ability to, frankly, manoeuvre a car if they're at that age as well.
But the tax hasn't stopped binge drinking.
Of course, no. But there are a series of practical measures that you can put in place to try and reduce the problem. You know, you can't wave a magic wand and say, tomorrow everyone will drive responsibly. Tomorrow, a whole bunch of people will stop drinking. What you can do is put in place some practical things which make it more difficult. Since we've taken this measure on Alco Pops, the consumption of Alco Pops, I think, has gone down by about 33%. Then people say, oh, they just go and drink other stuff. That's partly true, but the overall alcoholic consumption among young people, I'm advised, has gone down by 8%. Or by the wider group.
Let's get a specific answer to Linna Wei's question about raising the drinking age, the legal drinking age to 21. Would you consider it?
I don't have the evidence in front of me to say whether we can or whether we can't. I'd just rather be straight up with you and say...
Would you like to?
Of course. I mean, you mean would I like to?
Would you like to raise the drinking age to 21? Of course.
I believe in something called evidence-based policy, which is if the evidence is there and it's capable of being proven that it works, then we look at these things and make a decision. But you're asking me for a personal impression. You don't run policy that way, Tony.
Sometimes.
Well, you don't. You actually, if you're doing a serious thing, how many of you are in the category of 18 to 21 here? Okay. How many of you want the drinking age raised to 21? Okay. Well, I'm just saying there's got to be a debate about this, and it'd be an informed debate if we had evidence in front of us which said you do this in state X, the United States, and the overall car accident rate and mortality on roads goes down. But I don't have that in front of me.
So it's an interesting experiment, though, policy by popularity. That's I haven't seen that done before.
No, what I mean is if you've got some evidence-based policy, is it a uniform view in the community? Point one. Point two, is it effective? So nice try, mate, but both are relevant.
No, I just keep remembering that when I first asked the question, you said, of course, and then you changed. Anyway, you're watching Q&A.